Hey guys, and welcome back. So let's continue the work with the grenade. And the current implementation, we can throw the grenade, a few, and we can have them interact. But the thing is, right now they just stay back, and we need to handle that. So when we destroy our actor inside our grenade after the final delay of 3 seconds, we also want to take my foliage sphere and call destroy actor on that one. So that means that the foliage sphere is getting destroyed. The only thing is that it's going to leave out some of the all of the blueprints that we converted. So we also need to get them back. I'm gonna do that by, like, we have one called activate foliages. We're gonna create a similar custom event. Call this deactivate foliages, and it's basically just gonna run through all the active foliages we have and then just convert them back again. So we already have the code for this up here from the event tick running, and I could just copy this, but I think I'm gonna take the opportunity here to refactor this a little bit. So I'm just gonna drag one out here and say add reroute node and break this one, because I want to reuse this in a moment. So let's see, the foliage actor is going to be this one, and the index is this one, and the foliage to destroy, the blueprint is this one, and the transform is this one. So instead of having that all those lines going all over the place, I'm just gonna use that instead. And let's see, that means that we can take this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Actually, let's take all of it just to begin with. All this stuff here. Come on. And collapse that to a macro. God damn it. I didn't want to do that, did I? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the remove part. Sorry. Just this part here. Collapse to macro. I clearly forgot one of them. Let me see, what did I forget? Oh, this one is still running all the way. We don't want anything to go from that one. Alright, so now we can collapse, and let's call this deactivate foliage, and we can move this over a little bit. So let's go into here and just fix up this one. Foliage structure. Like that, and connect that up here again. Alright. And then we need to connect that up like that. So let's go back to our function here. So we now want to call deactivate foliage down here from the deactivate and connect this one up. And since we're just going to destroy this anyway after calling it, or usually we will, I guess, we don't need to empty this one. But otherwise we would also do a similar thing, like removing them, I guess. I could do that. Let's see how that works. Okay, And what we want to remove is this one. Okay, so do we call it? Nope, we don't. So we want to call it. So deactivate foliages when we destroy. And let's see. Okay, so as you see, a few of them got left behind, and that is actually an interesting thing. The problem is when I remove stuff from within for each loop, where I end up removing a lot. Well, usually when you do that, you will end up in trouble. If you have a little bit of coding experience, you will know that that's going to cause problems. So I'm just not going to do that. And as you can see now, everything gets removed. And the reason is everything gets shifted. So I'm not going to attempt to explain. But I hope you get a little bit of idea of what I'm talking about. Anyway, what we can do if we want to be nice is to say not this one. Set this one once we're completed to make an array with nothing in it. So that's just going to empty the array or whatever was in it. Okay. So one other thing I want to address in this video is the fact that right now when we throw our little grenade here, we can see that the influence area is very small, and want to be able to control that. So from our foliage sphere, right now we have 200 here, and our collision sphere is 100, so they are different. We want them to be the same. So I'm gonna find a clear space and create an custom event, and call this initialize. Initialize foliage sphere, and it's gonna take radius, which is gonna be a float, and when I call that, I want to set radius of my sphere to this, and I have somewhere here where I activate the foliages. I also want to now connect that up, get the sphere radius, instead of using a hard-coded 200. And I also could just as well collapse some of the functionality here while we add it. So let's say owner and actor, like that. So drag this out, is valid. I want to check if we feed in something here, otherwise we don't want to set it. And then we want to set my owner. So what I'm doing now is just making a little restructuring, I think I could call it also. Yeah. So when we begin play on our third person character, where is it? It's event tech, get rid of that. We set owner here. So instead of setting owner, we will just call our initialize foliage sphere, and we'll feed in the owner ourselves, and then we will set the radius for us will be 100, and for the grenade we do something similar over here. So let's get rid of that one and call set initialize this one, and connect up self this one, and let's say a radius to be 400. So that means we can now control the radius, the explosion radius, that way. Okay, so that's nice. Okay, cool. and we're getting them destroyed again. So we're getting somewhere. If we just take a look at this in I don't think my explosion, let's see, the radius is set to this 400 initialized, but my explosion radius is set to 200. Oh, I see. I need to sync that up as well. Wow, that's a lot of stuff going on. Let me just see if I can plug that in as well. Move that over here. And my explosion radial force, set radius, no, set radius to, okay, let me make a grenade explosion radius. And make that float and save and default this to 400 and drag that in here and also drag that in here. I think this is gonna be nice. Okay. Perfect. Very nice. Okay, we could also tweak a little bit on the radial force, but one thing that just occurred to me, I think I can squeeze that in the last few minutes here, is that when I tossed my grenade, it just looks weird. It's just not looking right. It should also affect the ferns that it passed through. So I think I'm gonna change this up a little bit. So this is hopefully something I can do quickly. I haven't done this before, so maybe I am taking a bit too much in here. Let's see, set the radius, set this, okay, okay, I'm gonna drag in over this, cut this out, drag this over, and plug that one in here. So I'm gonna switch places with this basically. And what we're gonna do is to take this actually, sorry, and set this 2 times. So once before the delay and once after the delay. Okay. And instead, initially, I don't want this to be the explosion radius. I want this to be, let's see, 50 centimeters. What? Why foliage sphere? Here. There you go. And let's see how that looks. So if I look at it here, we can see it should initially affect things, well, at least it's waking the blueprints, but it's not right now interacting with them. And I think this is due to the setup of my collision. I have a sphere set to block all dynamic, and I have a static mesh overlap all. Okay, well, we need something similar to our character because okay, well, the sphere block all dynamic, we can set that to pawn because that still makes it pass through, or maybe we just leave that block all dynamic. Was it? I can't remember what it was. Okay, no one. But for the static mesh, it's just passing through things right now. So what if I change this to character mesh. No. Strange. My character mesh. Ah, much better. I like that. Let's draw out some more ferns so we can see how that looks in with a little bit more of these. I think that was actually a very nice addition. I didn't think of that initially. So, very cool addition, Jonas. You come up with some good stuff. You have to say good things to yourself sometimes. Okay. Nice patch of ferns, like that. Okay, so let's drop one. Awesome. That's gonna create the illusion, or it's gonna make it visible to others that okay, this guy just threw something. Fire the hole. Awesome. I like that. There's something else though. It's bugging me. Okay, this is gonna take a little bit longer than normally, but I just realized that my radial force set to constant. I'll set this to linear. Let's check this out first. If you check the way the explosion affects everything, it's just constant. So if we change this to linear, I couldn't really see the difference actually. Oh, well, maybe we need to change up the the explosion radius. Let's put it all the way up to 1000. Oops. It's not really working, is it? Linear, radius, pulse. To affect. Oh. Oh, you can add stuff in here. You're gonna affect. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Linear. Input should get linear. The weaker, the further from origin. Fall off. What? Wonder this is not getting updated. Or maybe my force is just too high to really. I'm just gonna set this a little bit lower. God damn it. Maybe the force. I can't really tell if something is, if it's looking any different. I would hope things in the middle would change somewhat more than stuff on the outside. I can't really see the difference. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about that. If I figure it out, I will change it. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next. Bye bye.